All right, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying comes to a close. It is time to go racing. Up front will be Paulo Anacito and Patrick Gitter. Jeffrey Goodpaster and Pudge on the second row. Richie Joplin, Jeremy Gardner on the third. Dean Webb, DP Riggins on the fourth. Jamie Knopf and Blake Veekan round out the top 10. Kevin Bernheimer and Clay Kirchenbauer 11th and 12th. 13th is Justin Swafford, Jarrett Woodard in 14th. Daniel Simmons 15th, Colby Whipple in 16th. PJ Cox starts 17th with Russell Worth in 18th. Sean Lesperance 19th. Ryan McDaniel starts in 20th. Patrick Pieper in 21st. 22nd is Jeff Sheldon. Lance Sponberg starts 23rd. And ironically, Jacob Morgan in the 24 starts 24th. Tyler Ott in 25th, Brody Green 26th, Darren Silva 27th, Brandon Newby back in 28th, John Bronson in 29th, Joey Solom in 30th. Paulo Anacito starting on the pole, his best start of the season. "30 cars sit on pit road, ready to go." Paulo Anacito comes into tonight just outside of the top 20, so starting up front is definitely going to be a big help in getting him into the playoffs, with next week being the final race before the playoffs start. And it looks like the pace car is rolling now. Here they come. Over 24,000 horsepower rolling down pit road. Everybody off pit road getting ready for the drop of the green. Can Paulo break his bad luck streak here tonight with the pole? Can he go on to get a good finish and maybe get his first win of the season here? Pace car will lead him around one more time. There is the restart zone in blue. That is in effect tonight. It's going to be a good time to take a deep breath because things are going to get wild. Cold tires, a rough track, and a lot of side-by-side action here tonight. Huge shout out to Powers Transmissions for sponsoring tonight's race. Again, looking forward to having them on board for many more. Pace car about to drop in. Pace car is in. Paulo in control here. Out of turn 4, green flag in the air there. Down to the wire, we've got one spinning the tires on the front straightaway. Everybody holds on to it. Jeffrey Goodpaster, problems on the start. He is fading caution. And holy cow, what chaos right there at the beginning. Let's see if we can catch the whole thing right from the start and see. Watch Jeffrey Goodpaster in the 99 as they come down to the green flag. Massive spin of the tires, goes up the track, and it looks like we had another one go out, have the same problem on the start. I believe it was Lance Spanberg. Lance gets on the power, gets the outside wall, and the outside lane gets caught up. Russell Worth comes down and gets Gardner. There's a big stack up at the start-finish line. Jeff Sheldon involved. Colby Whipple involved. Russell Worth caught in it. Tyler Ott, Darren Silva. A lot of cars with heavy damage here early. Brody Green also caught up in it. Once they piled up on the front straightaway, there was nowhere for anybody to go. Brody comes to a stop and still gets some damage in the process. And what a rough start at the Monster Mile tonight. And I have no idea how this has happened, but Ryan McDaniel is scored in the lead. Let's see if that is accurate. There's McDaniel up on the high side. There's the stack up ahead of him. He backs out of it, gets a little bump from behind. And somehow a little damage to no. Ryan McDaniel goes around. I think the scoring might be off at the moment. Well, Ryan McDaniel now dropping back into place. Paulo Aniceto back in the lead. A lot of drivers on pit road for a variety of repairs. Lights are out on the pace car. Cars still coming off pit road. Will we see the green flag this time? Have not seen the lights come back on. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Lights still off on the pace car. A quick caution here. And a rough start to the night for the drivers. Good evening, Richie. How's it going, buddy? Pace car is back in. Paulo Aniceto in control here. McDaniel stopped down there to let everybody get back in the right place. Paulo fires their way. Green back in the air. Paulo gets a good jump on the field out front, and caution already back out. I think this might have something to do with resetting the field and getting Ryan McDaniel back toward the back. As I did not see any incidents anywhere on track. Drivers trying to catch back up to the pace car. Pace car driver getting a workout here early, but as is often the case with Dover, you get a couple of early crashes and then a lot of green flag running here. However, the stage breaks will definitely play into it, but that last stage of 90 laps is definitely going to be the most interesting of them all. Especially with these caution laps early, tire wear will not be an issue, at least not a huge issue, in the first stage. Lights are back out on the pace car. Everybody stacks back up side by side. Paulo Anacito, Patrick Gitter on the front row, Richie Joplin and Pudge on the second. Jeremy Gardner, Dean Webb on the third, Jamie Knopf, DP Riggins on the fourth, Kevin Bernheimer and Justin Swafford rounding out the top 10. Of note, Patrick Pieper up 5 spots, Tyler Ott up 6 spots. Several drivers back in the field up 2 and 3 spots. So despite the early caution, some of these guys are actually starting to make up some ground here early on. Pace car drops in. Paulo in control of the restart. Here we go. He fires green back in the air. Paulo gets a good jump into the lead, headed towards turn 1. Back behind Richie Joplin and Patrick Gitter battling it out. Joplin on the bottom going for second. And Richie now to second. Patrick Gitter to third. Pudge in fourth. Jeremy Gardner back in fifth. Jamie Knopf in 6th, Dean Webb 7th, Kevin Bernheimer 8th, DP Riggins 9th, Blake Beacon in 10th. The 18 is a very, very pretty car. Seeing some guys already starting to slide around despite very little tire wear. Paulo Anacito losing some ground here quickly, though. He is now back into 4th. And Richie Joplin is in the lead. Richie has Patrick Gitter closing in very quickly. Pudge now up into 3rd, Paulo back into 4th, Gardner in 5th. Bernheimer back up in the top 10 in 8th place, up 3 spots. DP Riggins in 10th, Clay Kirchenbauer in 11th. PJ Cox up into 13th now. Patrick Pieper continues his march up 6 spots. Jacob Morgan and Tyler Ott 18th and 19th, both up 6 spots. Meanwhile, Paulo Anacito, continuing to lose a little bit of ground after starting the race in first, has drifted back into 7th. Would be great to see Paulo pull off a top 10 here tonight. Richie, though, continuing to hold the lead. Patrick Gitter in 2nd, Pudge in 3rd. Gardner in 4th. The top 4 starting to spread out just a little bit. Blake Beacon now up into 8th. Clay Kirchenbauer up to 9th. Bernheimer now back in 10th. Jacob Morgan continuing to make his way forward. He is up into 17th after starting in 24th. Good evening, Leslie. How's it going? Richie Joplin continuing to lead halfway through the first stage, but here comes Patrick Gitter. Oh, we've got a car up in the wall letting the leaders by. That is Jeff Sheldon. Richie Joplin still able to hold Patrick Gitter off for the moment. Jamie Knopf now up 4 spots into 5th. Dean Webb right on his bumper. Paulo Anacito now holding on to... Oh, we've got a wreck behind. Kirchenbauer is around on the front stretch. Caution. Oh, no. And several drivers unable to avoid Clay. Jeffrey Goodpaster gets caught in it. Goodpaster coming down, trying to slow down, goes to the bottom. Clay just lands right in front of him. How did Clay end up flying through the air? A little bump with the 86 of Jeff Sheldon. And then another bump from the 05. Jeffrey Goodpaster is there. And Clay ends up sticking the landing. Goes to pit road, but he'll have to use his repair here early. Kids will do that, Leslie. Give me just a moment. I am not seeing comments as they pop up like I should be. Try something different here and see if this works. So they stack up again, getting ready for the restart. First stage is at lap 30. Richie Joplin still in the lead. Patrick Gitter in second, Pudge in third. Gardner now in fourth. Jamie Knopf in fifth. Dean Webb, Paulo Anacito, Blake Viken, DP Riggins, and Kevin Bernheimer round out the top 10. Jacob Morgan up 10 spots into 14th. Tyler Ott up 10 spots into 15th. Those are 2 guys to watch tonight. Brandon Newby also up 9 spots into 19th. Man, Tony, I hope you get to feeling better, buddy. Good evening, JR. Richie Joplin comes in tonight 5th in points. Just under 70 points behind Pudge, but in the playoff bubble. Next week, the final regular season race, and then on to the playoffs. Only the top 20 will advance. This week and next week could cause some drastic changes to that top 20. As we've seen already, a bit of chaos here. Next week, the final race before the playoffs will be at Pocono. That could be a game changer here as well. Well, Tony, I really hope you get over it soon, buddy. Glad the worst of it's behind you, and I hope tonight's race gives you a bit of help with that. Pace car is in. Richie controls the restart. I think he might have fired a little too early. Green back in the air. We'll have to wait and see what the officials say. He was rolling just before the restart zone. Patrick Gitter and Pudge now battle it out for second. Here comes Gardner. Meanwhile, Justin Swafford now up in the top 10. Swalfer breaks into 10th. Daniel Simmons up into 12th, but Jacob Morgan continues his march, now up into 13th, and Newbie up 10 spots now into 18th. Darren Silva coming alive as well, up 7 spots into 20th. Richie still holding the lead, but Gitter all over the back bumper now. Richie definitely going for that stage win here. Is not going to make it easy. Gardner comes by for third. Pudge starting to fade just a little bit. As here comes Jamie Knopf now. Five laps to go till the stage break. Richie still trying to hold everybody behind him off as they start to gain. Daniel Simmons now up 4 spots into 11th. Caution! Ryan McDaniel and Jeffrey Goodpaster involved. McDaniel comes out of turn 2 up the track, tries to save it from going into the car to the outside. And it looks like Goodpaster gets collected. PJ Cox, Brody Green, and Joey Solom all caught up in this. One more look from a different angle. We'll see just how close they got. You really have to fight the push up off the turn through there. And it looks like we're going to call this the stage break. Richie Joplin wins stage number 1. We'll let him get to his pit box, then we'll have some words with him. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, looks like you just got your first stage win of the season, buddy.
Yeah, yes, I think I won one at Martinsville, didn't I?
Oh, I think you're right. I had completely forgotten about that one. But yes, your second stage win of the season.
Yeah, I was lucky on that. I got a good restart and passed Paulo there and just held off Gitter somehow or another.
Well, you definitely held Patrick off. He was charging hard on you, but great job. And you come out of pit road in 4th. Can we see you get back up there and get another stage win here in 30 laps?
I'm going to try. I ain't going to back out none.
I don't blame you, man. Good luck tonight. I know that third stage is going to be a handful, but you're doing great so far, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Richie Joplin wins stage 1. Getting ready for stage number 2. It'll run to lap 60. Unless they get a caution right around that point in time. Patrick Gitter, though, comes off pit road with the lead. Gardner in 2nd. Richie now being scored in 3rd. Pudge in 4th. And Dean Webb in 5th. But what about Jeff Shelton? I think Jeff is actually up high, dropping back. Dean Webb in 5th, Jamie Knopf in 6th. Jacob Morgan and Tyler Ott both up 10 spots already. John Bronson up 10 spots. John, one of the newer drivers in the league. Looking forward to seeing how he does throughout the remainder of this season. Paulo Aniceto currently runs in 8th place. He's had a great night so far. Has been in the top 10, hoping to shake all the bad luck he has had this season here tonight. Started the night on the pole. A great way to shake that bad luck. Jeff Sheldon dropping back through the field. And honestly, with all these college football themed cars out here, you really got to hope the 18 of Blake Veekin with that Longhorns car gets the win tonight. Pace car drops in. Patrick Gitter controls the restart. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Gitter fires quickly out to the lead. Richie Joplin already to the bottom on Gardner, trying to take away second place. Coming off turn 2. Holy cow, Pudge was close to the wall there. Getting every bit of speed he possibly can. Paulo now back in 10th. Kevin Bernheimer in 11th. Jacob Morgan and Tyler Ott continue to work their way to the front. Paulo makes a move to the bottom, trying to find his way back toward the front. A lot of sliding goes on these cold tires, and we'll see it again as the tires wear here. Lance Sponberg has had an issue. No caution yet. Let's see what happened to Lance. Oh, out of turn 2, it looks like Sheldon just gets into him. Sends him for a spin down to the bottom. There is the caution. Yeah, definitely is, JR. So Patrick Gitter continues to lead here. JR, that's also why I do not ever interview Jacob Morgan anymore. I try to avoid talking about him at this point. I'll be sure to relay that, Anthony. In fact, let's see if we can talk to him real quick. Hey, Pudge, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir, Doug. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, you were getting really, really close to the wall out of 2. You know that?
This place is just a tricky track, man. And if I don't stay off of it, we ain't going to have a car to finish this thing.
That is definitely true. I did have a comment come through for you, though. Anthony Swafford said, tell you to stop looking at chat so much, and you'll stop flirting with the wall so much.
I'll give a big yes to that, Doug.
Well, good luck tonight, buddy. It's been a great run so far.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
Oh, Pudge currently back in 6th place. He'll stop looking at chat so much. We hope he will anyway. So Patrick Gitter still in the lead. Gardner in 2nd. Richie Joplin in 3rd. Dean Webb in 4th. And Blake Veekin in 5th. Isn't that a pretty car? That is just beautiful. There's another one out there, but I, for the life of me, can't find it now. A lot of cars toward the back of the field with some significant damage on them. Oh, it looks like it's Newbie. Newbie has the other Longhorns car, so the Longhorns cars need to get up to the front. Lights should be going out on the pace car here. Lights are out. They'll stack back up for the restart. Everybody stacked back up, getting ready to go green. Just a few laps into stage 2. And remember, stage 3 is 90 laps around this place. There will be at least one stop under that, if not 2. Potentially, if the field gets spread out enough, could see green flag stops, and green flag stops at Dover can get a bit messy. Pace car drops in, Gitter in control. He fires, green flag back in the air. Gardner slips by up into second, moving Ritchie back to third. Beacon on the bottom, now moving up into fourth. Pudge back in seventh. Swafford now up 7 spots into sixth. Jamie Knopf in 8th, Daniel Simmons in 9th, and Paulo Anacito still holding on to that top 10 run. But a lot of battling going on back here mid-pack as Tyler Ott and Jacob Morgan continue their marches toward the front. Morgan now up 11 spots into 13th. Biggest mover of the night so far, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, he is the biggest mover, followed by Tyler Ott up 10 spots. And Gitter already opening up a half-second lead on Gardner. Ritchie and Blake right there with Gardner, though. Dean Webb, Justin Swafford battling it out. That is for the battle for 5th as Swafford continues to try and close the gap. Paulo Anacito starting to move forward again. He's now up into 9th, and Daniel Simmons all over the back bumper. Bernheimer sees an opportunity. Kevin makes a move down to the bottom, and wow, what a slide up the track. Kevin Bernheimer breaks into the top 10. Daniel Simmons now back in 11th. DP Riggins in 12th. Clay Kirchenbauer 13th. Jacob Morgan has drifted back now to 14th. Clay, after that wild ride on the back straightaway, back up to full speed. Gitter still an 0.8 of a second gap, and now Gardner and Joplin nose to tail for second place. Gardner gets a better run off the turn. Beacon now back in 5th as Dean Webb has gone to 4th. Patrick Pieper up 5 spots from the start. He is now up to 16th. And has started to catch up with this big group in front of him. Russell Worth back in 17th. Ryan McDaniels in 18th. Colby Whipple back in 19th. And PJ Cox in 20th. Darren Silva up 6 spots into 21st. Sean Lesperance back in 22nd. Brody Green 23rd. Brandon Newby now up into 24th. Jarrett Woodard, Jeffrey Goodpaster, John Bronson, and Jeff Sheldon round out the 28 cars on the lead lap. Lance Sponberg in 29th, and it looks like Joey Solom is out of the race. Halfway through stage number 2. Gardner starting to open up a gap on Ritchie for the moment. Dean Webb trying to run them both down, 1.3 seconds back. Swafford leads this second group with Jamie Knopf, Pudge, Blake Viken, Kevin Bernheimer. We've got one blinking. No, it's Paulo Inesito. As there was almost a close call there, they looked like they were going to try and make that 3 wide. Fortunately, Tyler Ott backs out. Caution is out. Brody Green and Jarrett Woodard involved. And it looks like Brody just gets into the wall hard, comes down, gets Jarrett Woodard. Turn 2 at the corner exits here will reach out and grab you. So Patrick Gitter continues to lead. Dean Webb's coming to pit road. A bit different on the strategy. Jeff Sheldon looks like there might have been another incident under caution. Jeff Sheldon comes off turn 2 down the back straightaway. And just snaps loose into turn 3. Dean Webb has nowhere to go. Dean was having a really good run, made his way up into the top 5. Now has to go to pit road for repairs. Patrick Gitter continues to lead. Jeremy Gardner in second. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Jeremy, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up?
Hey, I was just curious. Did you get a clean diaper and a binky before you started?
I don't know, people. Have you changed yours?
You've made your way up there into second place. Do you have something for Patrick here? He looks quite fast here tonight.
I'm sticking with his pace. I'm just not trying to be super harsh on my tires, but I think I can keep up with him.
It's going to be an interesting one. That inside line on the restart looks like it's the fastest one, and the outside line has repeatedly had struggles on the restarts. Are you going to be extra careful on this one?
No, I'm sending it. What are you talking about?
That's kind of what I figured.
Nah, I'm sending it. Let's go.
Well, good luck tonight, buddy, and make sure you change your diaper during the stage break.
All right, thank you, Papa.
Jeremy Gardner in second place comes in tonight, third in points. Seen a lot of guys sliding around the track out here tonight. The tire wear is quite substantial. As you heard, Gardner's taking it a little bit easy on the tires, trying to make them last through the stage. Very easy to tell late in the run who's abused their tires. They'll start fading very, very quickly. The car gets tight and wants to hit that outside wall. Now, we've seen on restarts on cold tires be a bit tricky, but we've not seen a restart on tires this old. Everybody's been out there for about 20 laps on this set. We saw at the start of the race some guys had some difficulty getting off the line. Will we see some tire spin again tonight? As we mentioned, attrition has been a bit of a story here today. Only one car out, but a lot of cars damaged. Jeff Sheldon, after that incident, has been on pit road for quite some time. Pace car is back in, and let's have a little fun on the restart and crank it up. I'll be quiet. You guys enjoy the... Okay, that was not quite the show we were expecting. Tire spin on the outside row causes chaos. Looks like it may have started with Bernheimer. Let's take a look. No! It happened right in front. Trying to see who was down there on the bottom. Looks like it might have started with Richie Joplin. Into the restart zone they go, and it does look like Richie spins the tires, gets a tap from behind, and then the big one on the front straightaway. Look at this mess. A bunch of cars end up stopped on the front straightaway just to avoid damage. And a lot of drivers, including Jeremy Gardner, had to tow to pit road. A heartbreak after him being up in second place. That was a crazy restart. Getting word Jeff Sheldon actually lost his screens. That's what happened to him. Mark saying, don't feed Miles the monster. So everybody continuing to pace around here again. Still about 9 laps from the stage break. Would expect after the stage break to see some long green flag runs here. A lot of drivers on pit road. Pudge is on pit road. Jamie Knopf, Tyler Ott, Brody Green, Clay Kirchenbauer, Jeremy Gardner, and Jeff Sheldon all on pit road. DP Riggins and Richie Joplin, Colby Whipple, Tyler Ott, and PJ Cox all have been to pit road and come back out. Now Jacob Morgan and Jeffrey Goodpaster on pit road. Lance Sponberg on his way down pit road now as well. Getting word that Jeremy Gardner definitely needs that diaper now. Everybody getting lined back up out on track. Paulo Anacito now back up in the top 5 in 4th place. Has somehow avoided most of the chaos, has a little damage to the car. He might actually end up being okay on this. But everybody outside of about the top 7 or 8 got caught up or had to stop to avoid the chaos. And a lot of cars out here with damage. A lot of guys getting manual repairs, trying to save that fast repair for later in the race. As they stack back up, Patrick Gitter and Justin Swafford have the front row. Patrick Pieper, Paulo Anacito on the second row. Ryan McDaniel, Brandon Newby on the third row. Dean Webb, Blake Viken on the fourth. Darren Silva and Sean Lesperance rounding out the field. Well, we thought we had all the glitches worked out last night. It looks like there's still a few bugs to work on, but you will be able to watch the fully recorded video on YouTube later tonight. And you can catch all the previous races on our YouTube channel as well. Hi, Jeremy. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Gitter fires quickly. Just a couple of laps to go till stage number 2. Right now, Gitter up front, but Pieper, holy cow, Pieper and Swafford get together. Great save by Justin Swafford. Can he hold on to second place here? Out of turn 4. Yeah, he stays off the wall just barely and holds on to second place. Here comes Newby from nowhere, up 24 spots. Now battling for 4th place. Oh, would you look at that? The Longhorns cars nose to tail around the track. Patrick Gitter out front by almost 2 seconds now over Justin Swafford. Pieper falls into 3rd, Viken in 4th. Dean Webb tries to make a move down to the bottom. Comes under Newby, moves up into 5th. Paulo Anacito still in the fight. Darren Silva looking underneath. Gitter coming around to take the yellow flag for the end of stage number 2. Did not get the yellow right when we expected it. We'll wait and see here if there's been a slight change of plans. Meanwhile, Patrick Gitter continues to pull away a 3-car battle for second. And there goes Blake Viken to second now. Dean Webb back to 3rd, Swafford in 4th, Brandon Newby up 23 spots into 5th. Patrick Pieper up 15 spots into 6th. Darren Silva up 20 spots into 7th. Paulo Anacito in 8th. Sean Lesperance up 10 spots into 9th. And DP Riggins in 10th. John Bronson in the inside wall. Bronson was up 10 spots, but loses a little momentum there. And Gitter continues to lead and extend that lead. But Dean Webb has started reeling him in 2nd place. The gap now down under a second. Blake Viken holds on to 3rd. 4th is Justin Swafford and Brandon Newby in 5th. And caution is out for the end of the 2nd stage. Patrick Gitter gets it done once again. Gitter wins Stage number 2, Dean Webb finishing second, Blake Veakin third, Justin Swafford fourth, and Brandon Newby fifth. Darren Silva, Patrick Pieper, Paulo Inesito, DP Riggins, Sean Lesperance round out your top 10. Winning the stage worth 10 points, 1 point less, all the way back into 10. As they all come to pit road, and we'll try and get a word with your stage 2 winner once he hits his pit stall. Extremely slow pit road, 35 miles an hour if I remember correctly. And if we see green flag stops tonight, boy, it will be painful for the drivers. I'll be sure to relay that to Justin. And let's talk to our stage winner, Patrick Gitter. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
10-4.
Another stage win, but more importantly, the car is still clean.
Yeah, I've smooched the wall a little bit here and there, but you kind of expect that at Dover, depending on the run you get on the exits. But no, it's been good so far. Just trying to keep it clean, man. That's the big strategy here.
It has been, there has been quite a bit of excitement, but now, man, it seems everybody's settling in, and with a 90-lap run here, lap traffic will come into play. Tire wear is going to be huge. Do you have any change in your strategy going into this final stage?
I think it's going to be more for tire wear management. Like, first 2 stages, only being 30 laps, I ran the car a little bit harder than I probably would have otherwise. So, longer stage, man, it's going to be all about who can save tire and just keep a consistent pace.
Well, good luck, man. A great run so far.
All right, thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
Patrick Gitter wins another stage, and quickly, let's see. Hey, Justin, it's Doug. You got me?
Copy.
Hey, I'm supposed to relay some information to you. We did give Pudge a lecture earlier about not reading chat because he's going to hit the wall, but Anthony Swafford says you have no chat to read. You better stay off the wall.
Oh, yeah, I guess. If you're going to call me out on that. I tapped her once. We got her fixed up. We won't do it again.
There's been a few close calls, but man, now you're up there in the top 3, and you seem to have quite a fast car tonight.
Yeah, which is surprising because if you would have watched last night's practice, you would have said otherwise. I was dead last and last down, so I don't know what happened.
Well, man, something is working for you. Keep up the good work, and hopefully we'll be talking to you after the race.
Thank you.
Justin Swafford comes in tonight second in points. Was not expecting the run he's having tonight, but there you have it, up into third place. But I have to be proud of the Longhorns, currently sitting in second and fifth place. Blake Veakin in second, Brandon Newby in fifth. Those are pretty cars. They stack back up for the restart. They will go to the finish. No more stage breaks tonight. And we're going to try this one more time on the restart. I'll stop talking and we'll crank it up when they come out of turn 4. If it causes chaos, though, we may have to reevaluate using that in the future. All right, here they come through 3 and 4. Get ready to crank up your volumes here. Patrick Gitter, Blake Veakin, side by side for the restart and the beginning of stage number 3. Pace car is in. Crank it up, folks. right, everybody settles in after a couple of laps. Swafford now up in... Oh, caution! And it looks like Sean Lesperance might have been involved. Let's see what happened with Sean here. In the wall, coming out of turn 4, hits the inside wall hard, pulls it back down to stay out of traffic. A couple of drivers barely clip him. You got to give Sean credit. He did everything he could, including wrecking the car a second time, just to try and keep that car out of trouble. Paulo Inesito still up in 5th place, having a great run here tonight. Brandon Newby up 22 spots into 6th. Let's see if we can get a word with Newby. Hey, Newby, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that's a very pretty car.
I know, man. Thank you.
There's two almost identical, just reverse cars out there. Are we going to see both of them? I just saw what the side of it says. Are we going to see them 1-2 before the night's out?
Maybe P1 for Blake. I'm going to be lucky to get a P10 here. Maybe a P15. The car's struggling. I'm just lucky I saw Gardner shooting up in the air and landing on his roof. That was the only way I was getting up front. And now I'm just going to ride it out.
Well, hopefully riding it out keeps you up there, man. It's been a great run so far for you, up 22 spots so far tonight.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, man. Maybe lightning strikes twice, man. I'll find some talent and figure out how to drive this place.
I hope so, man. Get that Longhorns car up front.
Alrighty, man. Thank you.
All right, Newby currently running in 6th place, up 22 spots. One of the biggest movers, in fact, I do believe at this point, is the biggest mover of the race. Darren Silva up 18 spots in 9th, and Jacob Morgan up 14 spots into 10th. Justin Swafford up 11 spots into 2nd place. Looked like we were going to get that long green flag running there for a moment. Didn't happen yet, but yet being the operative word. Pudge now back in 11th place. John Bronson, the newcomer, up 10 spots into 19th. Lance Sponberg, Sean Lesperance, and Jeremy Gardner, all three on pit road for repairs. Looks like Sponberg on his way off. Lesperance is there, and Gardner has been there for a while. Hopefully we'll see all those cars back out before the night is through. They stack back up for the restart. Gitter and Swafford on the front row. Dean Webb, Blake Veekin on the second. Brandon Newby, Paulo Inesito on the third. Richie Joplin, DP Riggins on the fourth row. Darren Silva and Jacob Morgan rounding out the top 10. Still 25 of the 30 cars on the lead lap. Lance Sponberg, Sean Lesperance, Jeremy Gardner, Jeff Sheldon, and Joey Solom. The only cars left not on the lead lap. Solom, I know, is out. Looks like Sheldon is out, and Gardner is coming back out on track. Gitter controls it. He's down. Green flag back in the air. We've got one blinking. It's Brandon Newby. Looks like his connection stabled out. Gitter out to the lead. Swafford now under attack from Blake Viken. Swafford and Gitter, that's a battle we've seen play out all season long, both on track and in the points, with Swafford in second. 33 points behind Patrick Gitter. And with one more race before the playoffs. Viken down to the bottom, side by side. Off turn 4, Swafford has the advantage on the high side. Dean Webb back and forth, just lurking behind, trying to find, as Viken gets by but drifts it down to the bottom, gets loose off turn 2, holds on to it, Dean Webb goes by. Russell Worth has crashed behind, no caution yet. John Bronson involved. Car sliding. Oh, we've got a big one in turn 2. Caution is out. Chaos for a couple of laps. Let's start with what happened between Russell Worth and John Bronson. And looks like Kevin Bernheimer involved as well. Off of turn 4, looks like Bernheimer fighting it. Russell comes down a little bit. They meet in the middle. Just as Russell got control of it, looks like Bronson got to him. Bronson just ran out of places to go. Then what brought out the caution involving DP Riggins and that big one as they went off into turn 1. Saw a couple of cars sliding off turn 4. Oh, Newby gets the wall. The Apollo slides up into the wall, gets in front of Newby. Newby gets checked up. Ouch. Jared Woodard gets into the side of him, and you gotta feel bad for Jared. All night, he has been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Gitter in the lead. Now Dean Webb up into second. Blake Viken in third. Looking to see if Viken got any damage on that one. Richie Joplin in fourth, came through unscathed. Paulo Anacito, we saw him get a little bit of right side damage, but the car is okay for the moment. Let's see if we can get a word with Paulo. Hey, Paulo, it's Doug. You got me?
How's it going, Doug?
Hey, good. Not as good as your night, though. Start on the pole and somehow or another avoiding a lot of chaos, holding on to a top 5 spot.
It's been crazy, this race. All kinds of crazy things going on.
Yeah, it definitely has been. You're definitely having a lot better luck tonight, though, than you have in recent weeks.
Yeah, that pole was sweet. Totally shocked me, and then race is going not bad. Got caught up in a few crazy things, but still lots to go, though. Anything could happen here.
That is definitely the case. Knowing that you got the pole earlier and as fast as you've been all night, can you get up there, get past Gitter, and get your first win?
No. I'm going to be realistic. I like to stay right here. I'd be happy right here.
I can imagine so. Well, good luck, man. It has been, I know that you got caught up a little bit of that mess, but car looks good, and it looks like you're going to be in good shape.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Paulo Anacito currently runs in 5th. Lights still on the pace car, but the driver's already getting ready for the restart. After After that incident, Brandon Newby back in 20th. Justin Swafford now back in 21st. Clay Kirchenbauer, after the earlier incident, had worked his way back up into the top 10, got caught up again, now back in 19th. He is definitely having a rough night. That car is really beat up right now. Darren Silva up in 7th, up 20 spots, and Jacob Morgan up 8th, up 16. Those are two guys that have come through the field. Tyler Ott still marching his way forward, up 13 spots into 12th. Patrick Pieper also up there in 13th place. Patrick Gitter leads him down. He will control the restart. Lights out on the pace car. Pace car is in. Dean squeezing a little bit on Patrick there for a minute. Patrick fires, green flag back in the air. Blake Viken sneaks by on the bottom. He's going to go to second, but a battle really on back behind as Daniel Simmons starts coming forward and brings Jacob Morgan with him. Cars with the number 24 definitely know how to get the job done at Dover as caution's out again. Bernheimer caught up. Let's see how this one started. Bernheimer there on the outside behind Newby. A big checkup on the outside line. He gets into Newby's back bumper and then just loses the back end, goes down to the infield. Yeah, Anthony, we've been having issues for about a week or so and thought Streamlabs had it fixed last night, but obviously not. So I'll be bugging them again tonight. Pace car leads them around. Blake Viken now in second. That outside line has not been where drivers have wanted to be here tonight. And looks like John Bronson is going to be the lucky dog on this one. He'll be back on the lead lap. Jarrett Woodard, Ryan McDaniel, Lance Sponberg, and Brandon Newby all on pit road. Anthony, have fun with that. Swafford now back in 19th. Clay up to 18th. Pudge is back in 17th spot. He's been caught up, but that car's still in really good shape. Looks like he is taking it easy here in the early part of stage 3, just trying to keep the car in one piece, but I don't know if there's anywhere other than the front row that's safe out here tonight. And once we get into a long green flag run, even the front row may not be safe. So Patrick Gitter and Blake Viken on the front row, Dean Webb, Richie Joplin on the second, Daniel Simmons, Jacob Morgan, Paulo Anacito, Darren Silva, DP Riggins, and PJ Cox rounding out your top 10. Gitter controls the restart again. Inside the zone, green flag is back in the air. Gitter very good at varying his restarts here, and that gives him a huge advantage on each one. Everybody gets single file through about the top 7 for the moment. Back behind Jeffrey Goodpaster, Darren Silva. Silva looks low. Darren currently running in 10th, now going to move up into 9th, up 18 spots. Blake Viken still on Gitter's back bumper. Richie Joplin now back up in the top 3. Dean Webb back in 4th, and Daniel Simmons up 10 spots into 5th. It's the first time Simmons has been in the top 5 all night. He's been caught in a couple of incidents, but managing to keep the car clean most of the night. Darren Silva now battling with DP Riggins. Silva, another one who's been working his way forward all night as he moves that car up into 8th. And Patrick Pieper, no, don't do it, Patrick. No. He tried to go 3 wide, and about that time, Darren starts blinking. Pieper backing out of it. Pudge now up in the top 10, keeping that car clean. He has come charging through this field. Looks like Pudge pitted on lap 81. He's got about 15 lap fresher tires than most of the top 10. Playing a little pit strategy to see if he can make his way back to the front. All over DP Riggins' back bumper. Pudge looks to the bottom as they go off into 1. As the tires wear, the drivers have to move up the track, at least through the middle of the turn. Pudge on those fresher tires, able to make it work on the bottom. Darren Silva's blinking is getting more severe. Hopefully it will smooth out. Hate to see him drop from the race. He is at a great night. Up 19 spots into 8th, but here comes Pudge. Fresh tires dominating here. Wow, Pudge I think might have kissed the wall that time. As Darren looks back down to the bottom but doesn't have the tires to get there. Colby Whipple has crashed. Caution is out. Whipple sends it in and off of the turn into the outside wall, then to the inside wall. Hard hit for Whipple. Blake Viken up in second, has managed to stay with Patrick Gitter as it looks like the leaders are coming to pit road. Not seeing a lot of fakes here tonight. It's very difficult to fake to pit road at Dover. And all the lead lap cars are coming in, including Pudge, which is a bit of a surprise as he'd worked his way up to 8th, having gotten tires just about 16 laps ago. Gitter on pit road in the lead. Blake Viken in second. Let's see if we can get a word with Viken. Hey, Blake, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, doing a great job staying up there with Gitter tonight.
Yeah, I'm doing my best.
It looks like you might have something for him here later in the race. Can you get by and get that Longhorns car to victory lane?
Hopefully. It'd be really nice to get one finally.
It would be. Plus, it looks like Newbie's quite a ways back, so you are left with the full responsibility of getting a Longhorns car into victory lane.
Usually how it happens.
Well, good luck, man. I am really happy to see you doing so well tonight, and I want to see that car in victory lane.
I do too.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Blake Viken comes off pit road in second. John Bronson came to pit road on lap 81, did not go to the pits this time. He has assumed the lead here. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. Remember, the tire wear here is dramatic, so we could see some problems on the restart for Bronson. Everybody goes around. Pace car will to go lights off this time by. Dean Webb back in fifth. Daniel Simmons has had a great run tonight. He's back there in sixth. Jacob Morgan up 15 spots into ninth. Darren Silva up 15 spots into 12th. Patrick Pieper up 10 spots into 11th. Brandon Newby, despite the earlier incident, is up 12 spots into 16th. And Pudge, after coming back to pit road, only loses a couple spots, currently runs in 10th. All right, lights are out on the pace car. Everybody stacks back up side by side. Gitter stuck on the high side this time. That does put him at a disadvantage. However, John Bronson on those old tires here, it could get very interesting very quickly. If he has any kind of issue, could hold up that inside line. Bronson has to be extremely careful here. Pace car is in. Here they come into the restart zone. Green is back in the air. And Bronson unable to get away. Gitter's got to run up on the high side. Viken stuck back behind. The whole inside line held up just a little bit. Now Viken able to move up. Bronson continues drifting back. Everybody looking to the high side here. Gitter back to the lead, but now Richie Joplin on his tail in second. Viken clears. He's up to third. Fourth is Daniel Simmons and Justin Swafford back in the top five. What a comeback for Swafford. Pudge Crow, we've got cars around. Caution is out and a big one. Jeffrey Goodpaster is caught up in it. Brandon Newby, Clay Kirchenbauer. Let's see if we can figure out where this mess started at. Looking at Jacob Morgan, I'm not sure if this happened in front of him or right behind him. It was right in front of him, as it looks like Patrick Pieper got a bump. There you see the 38 of Patrick Pieper right behind Pudge. As they go off into 3, the 76 just loses the nose on corner entry, pushes Pieper into the wall, and everybody stacks up behind. Patrick Pieper, Jacob Morgan, Tyler Ott, Brandon Newby, Clay Kirchenbauer. Paulo Anacito is caught up in it. Ryan McDaniel's caught up in it. A lot of really fast cars get caught up in this one. It's a whole lot of chaos out there right now. Looks like Dean Webb avoided the chaos on that one. Let's see if we can get a quick word with him. Hey, Dean, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's been a wild one out there, but somehow you are extremely lucky, and that car is really clean.
Yeah. It reminds me of last week, though. We got about this far, and it didn't work out.
Well, hopefully it'll work out tonight, man. You have made some real power moves towards the front here. Currently sitting back there in 6th, and you definitely got a car to run up front, if not win this thing.
Oh, you know, we're gonna get all we can out of it and see where it shakes out.
Other than Patrick Gitter, who's leading right now, who's the biggest concern out there right now for you to get around?
All of them.
Well, man, good luck. Hold on to some tires and try and keep that car clean, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Dean Webb currently runs in 6th. And what about Justin Swafford, who has now made his way back into the top 5? Tyler Ott, also up 15 spots, has made his way into the top 10 now. Taking a quick look, because Tyler Ott has not ran every race this season. And yet has made his way up to 13th in the points right now. About 43 points out of the top 10. And still within the playoff zone. Jeff Sheldon came in tonight 20th, the last car in the bubble, along with Paulo right behind him. And Ryan McDaniel right in front of him. All 3 drivers have struggled tonight. I'm guessing going into Pocono, there's going to be some huge changes in the second half of the playoff points drivers. Everybody stacking back up for the restart. Pace car about to drop in, under 50 laps to go from the Monster Mile. Mark Dantuma did say earlier, don't feed the monster. I think the monster has been fed tonight quite a bit. Patrick Gitter controls the restart. Here he goes in the restart zone. Green in the air. He is down and away. Viken down to the bottom under Richie Joplin for second place. Daniel Simmons lurking back behind as Viken tries to find a way. Clears Richie, and now here comes Simmons. Simmons down to the bottom for third, and Viken is there right on Gitter's back bumper. Viken down to the bottom. He's going to go for the lead here. Patrick Pieper has crashed back behind. No caution yet. Viken sends it into 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, a little smoke, but nobody there. And Viken leads that lap. For the first time tonight, Blake Viken goes to the lead. And here comes Daniel Simmons as they track down the lap car of Patrick Pieper. Let's see what happened to Patrick a moment ago. He's navigating his way through some lap traffic here. Clips too much of the apron, loses the back end, hits the inside wall, but he got the car rolling again. Blake Viken takes the Longhorns to the lead. Daniel Simmons, though, now up into third, and Darren Silva appears to be blinking again. Pudge now back up into seventh, trying to run down Dean Webb in sixth. Swafford still holds on to fifth place. Little over 30 laps to go. Expect one more stop. Oh ho ho! Patrick Pieper grabbed a lot of the wall trying to stay out of the leader's way. There he gets into it again, right in front of Pudge, hard into the inside wall. He keeps it down low, out of the racing groove. There will not be a caution. Hard break for Pieper, but an epic save there as Gitter goes back, challenged for the lead. Gitter drifts up and Viken tries to hold him down. Gitter's got the nose ahead as they go off into 1 and 2. And Gitter back to the lead. Now Daniel Simmons is there. Richie Joplin, Justin Swafford, and Dean Webb all single file. 0.8 of a second separates the top 6. Pudge, after that close call, now closing in. Patrick Pieper came into tonight 7th in points, but his night may be done. Jacob Morgan, who is behind him in the points, now runs in 16th. He'll pick up a little bit of ground here. Gitter still out front. Viken now under attack from Darren Silva. And Daniel Simmons now to second place. Richie all over the back bumper. Here comes Dean Webb. Richie had to check up out of 4. Dean shoots it to the bottom. Dean Webb now up to 4th. Richie Joplin back in 5th. Swafford in 6th. Pudge still holding on in 7th. Darren Silva now up in 8th. Colby Whipple. What a comeback this has been for him. Now up. Holy cow, Colby. Hold on to her, buddy. You're completely sideways. DP Riggins in 10th. Several cars from him on back stopped on the lap, caution on lap 104. Everybody in front of him caught on laps 6 laps earlier as caution comes out and Blake Beacon is involved. Richie gets down to the inside. Blake tries to pinch him, and oh, Blake goes around, clips Pudge. Pudge goes to the inside wall. So Gitter leads, and we could see our final stop here. Just under 30 laps to go. Anthony Swalford, I do think Pudge needs a diaper too. Everybody on pit road, this could be the final stop of the race. And what about PJ Cox, who has just been all around it all night long, but for the most part has kept that car clean and fought his way up into the top 10. Paulo Anacito hits his box. That car is torn up. Gitter off pit road in the lead. Daniel Simmons in second. Dean Webb in third. Richie in fourth. And now Jamie Knopf up to fifth. DP Riggins now up to 6th. Darren Silva in 7th. Colby Whipple in 8th. No, Brandon Newby now back into the top 10. And Tyler Ott up in 10th place, up 16 spots. See if we can get a word with Tyler. Hey, Tyler, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, you've definitely had a wild race tonight.
Yeah, I've got caught up in a couple, missed a few.
Late in the race, you're hanging out in the top 10. Can you make your way up in the top 5? Do you have a shot at the win here?
I'd love to just hold on to this top 10 and get out of here.
You know, you're not the first one to say something like that tonight. I think a lot of guys are just ready to survive to the end where they're at.
Yeah, this track is tough with these cars. And yeah, I'm just excited for the end.
Well, man, great run so far. Good luck, and hopefully you pick up a few spots along the way to the finish.
Thank you.
Tyler Ott currently scored in 9th place. He started back in 25th, so he has picked up a lot of 16 spots. Darren Silva up 20 spots, Newby now up 20 spots, and Daniel Simmons sitting in 2nd place up 13. Evan Smith cheering on Darren Silva. Darren having a great night tonight. Wish he was in Discord. We'd interview him. He has had a great night so far, and we might see him break into the top 5 tonight. He has come through this field, and we've watched him a couple of times just charge through the field, picking up spots left and right. Could still have a chance at the win here. Everybody on fresh tires, so there should be no excitement, let's put it that way, on the restart this time. Fingers crossed. Pace car is in. Gitter in control. Simmons on the high side. Gitter into the restart zone. Fires late in the zone. Green flag in the air. And chaos behind. Cars are flying everywhere. Caution is back out. And it looks like it may have started with Dean Webb. Let's see what happened here. Dean Webb inside, second row, right underneath Richie. And, oh, he spins the tires. And just goes across, bounces back down the track, and collects a large number of the cars in the field. Daniel Simmons gets caught up in it. Darren Silva, Colby Whipple, Paulo Inesito, Jarrett Woodard, Tyler Ott, everybody behind gets caught up in it. Pudge gets caught up in it as well as Justin Swafford, PJ Cox, Lance Sponberg, just a bunch of, almost every car gets a minor amount of damage. And some significantly more than minor. If I had to guess, Evan, I would say Dean Webb was in the wrong gear. Fresh tires shouldn't have spun him quite that badly. And this shakes up the top five once again, as now it is Patrick Gitter in the lead, Jamie Knopf in second, Richie Joplin in third, Newby in fourth, and Lance Sponberg in fifth. Colby Whipple now up into sixth. Paulo Inesito back in seventh. Swafford now back in eighth. And everybody behind him on pit road except for Blake Viken has not come in yet. Watching to see as they come back out off pit road where some of the drivers are at. A lot of drivers now out of the race. Newby back up in the top five along with Lance Sponberg. Colby Whipple coming from nowhere as well, up into sixth. Darren Silva, despite being caught in that and taking a hard lick, comes off pit road in 10th. Jeffrey Goodpaster in 11th. Jarrett Woodard now back in 12th. Let's see if we can talk to Jarrett. Hey, Jarrett, it's Doug. You got me?
I gotcha.
You've had a rough night, and yet here you are just outside of the top 10 again.
Yeah, just trying to avoid everything and do my best to stay out of trouble. A little tough tonight.
I know you've had some incidents out there, but the car seems to be in pretty good shape at this point. Did you save your fast repair till here really late?
Oh no, I used that up probably around mid race. So got a little bit of damage here, and my car's a little on low on power, but plugging through, avoiding wrecks, and see what happens here.
Well, good luck, man. It has been an epic comeback from a rough start to this one.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
Jared Woodard currently running back in 12th. He's down on power. The car's got some damage, but he still, just due to attrition, made his way all the way up into the top, into 12th. Lance Spawnberg is driving a modified out here. Well, this will be an interesting restart, especially for the drivers behind Spawnberg. Here we go. Pace car is in. Get her in control. Green flag back in the air. 20 to go at the line. No chaos back behind. And Silva, wow. Silva gets an amazing restart. Picks up a bunch of spots. Back up into 7th. Swafford in 6th, Colby Whipple in 5th. Whipple having a great run despite the damage to the front of that car. Richie Joplin now back up into 2nd and get her in the lead. Knopf in 3rd and Brandon Newby in 4th. DP Riggins, Paulo Anacito battling it out. It gets close. And big stack up off of turn 2. Everybody seems to get settled in. And look at this. Lance Spawnberg back in the top 10. Jared Woodard down on power, losing a spot here, still in 13th. Gitter continuing to lead. Patrick, it's definitely an interesting combination, that is for sure. High horsepower, low downforce, a track that eats tires, and some high-speed side-by-side racing. Definitely makes for a very interesting night of racing. "17 laps to go, get her in the lead, but Joplin is right there. Jamie Knopf back in 3rd, Newby in 4th, and Swafford in 5th. Darren Silva still trying to fight his way forward. Back in 7th place, closing in on Colby Whipple. Whipple has a bit of damage, but staying in Swafford's draft so far is keeping him in the fight. "14 laps to go. Patrick Gitter unable to open up a gap on Richie Joplin. Jamie Knopf in 3rd. Newby now in 4th. Justin Swafford in 5th. Newby almost gets the wall. And we've got a battle going on back here as Jeffrey Goodpaster is now back up in 7th. Another one who has come from behind after chaos. Made his way up into 7th, and he is hauling. Gets a little close as he tries to get by on the high side on DP Riggins. Colby Whipple tries to fight back on the bottom and clears. That is the battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Darren Silva now back up into 6th, trying to run down Justin Swafford. He is almost to the back bumper. Gitter out front, unable to pull away still. Jamie Knopf right there with him, trying to close that gap. He is actually gaining on the 2 leaders, slowly but surely. Brandon Newby in 4th, though, as Swafford and Darren Silva closing in. Daniel Simmons is coming back off of pit road. PJ Cox is still on pit road. Patrick Gitter coming around, 8 laps to go. Richie Joplin holds on to 2nd. Jamie Knopf in 3rd. Swafford in 4th. Silva in 5th. Silva fighting with DP Riggins, though. Brandon Newby lurking in this battle as well. A 3-car battle for 5th. Right now, DP Riggins has it. Justin Swafford now up into 4th. Brandon Newby back in 7th place, letting Texas down. We are very disappointed in you right now, Newby. Swafford, though, another one of those drivers that has fought back from a ton of chaos tonight to be back in the top 5. Same with DP Riggins and Darren Silva. As DP looks to the high side. If you can pinch that high line off, get to that outside and cut off that run, you have some momentum, the momentum advantage off the turn. That's what he's trying to do, and right now he has done it. Has the momentum off turn 4, and looks like he will clear through 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Richie Joplin in 2nd place has lost ground to Patrick Gitter, who is now pulling away. Jamie Knopf in 3rd. There's a car slow on the bottom. Almost caused some... Oh, we've got some spins. Off the turn 4. Crash at the start-finish line. Justin Swafford and DP Riggins. They were battling hard. Looks like DP might have given Swafford a little love tap there. Backed out of it. Got a run off the turn. And look at Darren Silva just slipping by. And we're going to get a green-white finish at Dover. This is about to get really interesting here. Swafford, don't make... Or Anthony Swafford, don't make me come up there. Seriously, I don't have time. I gotta be at work at like 7 in the morning. Colby Whipple and Jeffrey Goodpaster are on pit road. The top 10 has been shaken up again. Brody Green, Paulo Anaceto also coming to pit road. A lot of drivers trying to get last-minute tire changes, maybe pick up 1 or 2 spots. Maybe a few extra repairs gives them just a little bit more speed. Patrick Gitter, Richie Joplin, Jamie Knopf, Darren Silva. Wow, what a run Darren Silva and Justin Swafford have had. See if we can get a closer look at Swafford's car. I don't think he got much damage in that one. Brandon Newby at 6. Jacob Morgan now up into 7th. And you know what? We can't make it any worse than it's already been for Morgan, so let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Jacob, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
I figure I can't make your luck much worse than it's been tonight, so I figured I'd talk to you.
Yeah, man, it's totally fine.
Man, you had quite a charge early on, then just got caught up in all the chaos, but now back in the top 10, and you look like you're driving a modified.
Do I? I don't have a front bumper.
No,
Jesus.
you don't.
Oh, it drives good, man. I'm liking it right.
Well, it looks like it's working for you. How many more spots you think you can pick up? I mean, everybody around you's got some damage, and you obviously got a little bit of speed still.
No, I might be able to get newbie here.
Well, good luck, man. It's been a great comeback for sure.
Oh, yeah, man. Thank you.
Jacob Morgan is loving the handling of his modified out here. That's pretty impressive and not something you hear every day. All right, they stack back up side by side for the green-white checkered. The top two cars completely undamaged at the moment. Darren Silva and Jamie Knopf both have minor damage. And I think everybody else has at least a little bit more damage. I think it's varying degrees from there on back. Here we go. Gitter fires quickly. Green flag back in the air. 2 to go. He gets a good gap on Richie right off the bat. Darren Silva seems to have the momentum right now as he looks to the bottom. Gitter out front coming around. He's going to get the white flag. One more lap to go. Richie Joplin in second. Jamie Knopf in third. Darren Silva all over his back bumper in fourth. Swafford now in fifth. Newbie in sixth. Jacob Morgan in seventh. Pudge has come back into the top 10 in ninth. Colby Whipple somehow in eighth. Jeffrey Goodpaster back in 10th. But Patrick Gitter is going to come out of turn 4. He wins again. Patrick Gitter wins at the Magic Mile, or at the Monster Mile. Richie Joplin comes home second. Silva in third. Darren Silva got that last lap pass to pull off third place. I don't even see him in Discord. Hopefully I'll hop in there so we can interview him. Swafford comes home fourth. Jamie Knopf in fifth. Newbie in sixth. And yeah, Newbie, you should have done better. Whipple in seventh. Jacob Morgan comes home in eighth with a modified. Jeffrey Goodpaster, another one with a heavily damaged car, comes home in ninth. And wow, what a night of racing here. Gitter getting his celebration done, burning those tires off. Hopefully Darren Silva will hop into Discord so we can interview him here in a minute. In the meantime, we'll talk to second place Richie Joplin. Hey Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
Well, what's going on? How you like them 1-2 North Carolina paint jobs up there?
I would have liked Longhorns 1-2 better, but man, what a race you had tonight, dude. You ended up going backwards quite a bit early on, or mid-race rather, in the second stage, but in that third stage you just kept inching your way back toward the front, and I honestly thought you had something for Gitter up till the end.
Yeah, I spun my tires at the start and wrecked a bunch of guys, and I apologize for that. That was just me overdoing the throttle on the restart, but I take a good second place, and I led some laps and got a stage win.
Man, you definitely did a great points night for you. With Pudge finishing back behind you, you're actually closing up on the points on him again. Going into next week, you're obviously locked into the playoffs, and man, your playoff situation definitely looks great.
Thank you, Doug. I have to wait and see how it winds up on the playoffs. I think it's Watkins and Glen, ain't it?
I don't remember where the first playoff race is. Let me look real quick. Oh, if I could read. First playoff race is at Bristol.
Oh yeah, Bristol. I think it's going to be at night too. I think.
I believe so. So that's going to be an interesting one for sure, man. Congratulations on tonight. Congratulations on the stage win, and another great race tonight, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Still have not seen Darren Silva drop into the Discord, so we're going to talk to our winner. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
Got you, Doug.
Hey, another win here tonight. Obviously, you've been locked into the playoffs for a while, but with Swafford finishing fourth, you opened the gap back up after losing a little ground last week.
Yeah, that's right, man. It was a good run. I mean, it was kind of playing the long game there in that last stage. Blake had a freaking fast car. He had a rocket there, at the beginning of the stage, and then it was watching Richie. He was right behind me the whole time. So just kind of keeping an eye on what was going on around me. I'll give it a shout out to Daniel Simmons. I think he's one of the newer guys that's been running with us, but he's been fast. I mean, every week he was right behind me there for a while. That last stage too. I think he got caught up in one of the cautions there towards the end, but he's been fast too. So these guys, I mean, they're doing a good job. I mean, it's fierce competition week to week. So it was a fun race. I hate some guys got taken out in the cautions, but that's just the beast of Dover.
That definitely is. I have to ask you, next week going into Pocono and knowing it's the last race before the playoffs, suddenly you've got guys like Richie, like Jamie, like Blake really starting to crank it up the last few weeks. Brandon Newby and PJ Cox just sneaking his way up constantly. Going into the playoffs, how are you feeling about your chances for that, knowing that these guys, second half of the regular season, just storming up towards you?
I know, man. It's something you got to think about week to week, and it's funny because a lot of these guys, we've been racing together long enough to where we kind of know where our strengths and weaknesses are. Like next week, I mean, honestly, my money's probably on Dean to win Pocono. He is a freaking monster at Pocono. I mean, he dominates there. So I think he's going to be probably the biggest person to watch next week, and I think he's going to give everybody a fit, just trying to stay up front and run with him. So, obviously the guys you mentioned, Blake, Richie, PJ, Jamie, those guys have been fast all season, so those are kind of the typical suspects. We'll have to keep an eye on next week, and I think they'll have something to say on who gets into the playoffs and who doesn't. So I think next week will be fun to watch.
Well, man, good luck. Congratulations on yet another win, and looking forward to seeing how Pocono and the playoffs go for you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for the broadcast, Doug.
My pleasure. Patrick Gitter wins a game. Seriously, somebody slow him down. I'd like to interview somebody other than him. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Come back to next week for Pocono. You can come back Sunday morning. We'll be back with the season finale for GT3 and SS. A few of the Nowski guys might even be there Sunday night. And Monday we'll be, I don't know that we're going to have any broadcasts. We'll have to wait and see. We might do something fun. Who knows? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Y'all have a great weekend. Happy Labor Day, too.